The first story is titled, The Diary That Changed Everything, A Husband's Realization. One morning, after an argument with her husband, Linda wiped her tears and quietly entered the kitchen to prepare dinner. Linda and John had been married for over 20 years. They had 2 children, Adam and Emily, both in school. In the beginning, John deeply loved Linda and treated her with kindness, but as time passed, things changed. Their children grew increasingly disrespectful, and John's patience with Linda seemed to vanish. Although she was the heart of the household, she felt invisible. Like her role no longer mattered. John had become more irritable over the years, often snapping at Linda over trivial matters. Despite their harsh words, Linda, full of love for her family, overlooked their behavior. Perhaps this was her greatest mistake. Though she never complained to anyone, Linda poured her emotions into a diary she kept hidden. In it, she wrote about every major event in her life, from their wedding to the countless moments of joy and sorrow in their marriage. It was her secret outlet, a way to express everything she held inside. One day, while cooking, Linda suddenly felt lightheaded and collapsed to the kitchen floor. When she regained consciousness, she found herself in a hospital bed. The doctor informed John that Linda had developed a tumor, possibly due to stress. John, completely oblivious to her struggles, responded, "What stress? She has an easy life at home. She doesn't have to worry about anything." The doctor replied gently, "I don't know what's causing it, but she needs time to rest and recover. For now, she has to stay in the hospital." John left the hospital, more concerned about how the house would function without Linda than about her health. With Linda in the hospital and their housemaid away on leave, all the household responsibilities fell on John and their children. John asked Emily to help with chores, but she refused, saying, "Why should I do it? I'm a girl, but that doesn't mean I have to do everything." When John asked Adam to step up, he too refused and went back to his room. As John struggled to do the housework alone, he started to realize how much Linda had been doing for their family all these years. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't replicate the love and care Linda put into everything. Her cooking, filled with affection, always tasted special, something he had never truly appreciated. Now, as he fumbled through chores, burning meals and making tasteless dishes, the weight of his neglect began to dawn on him. The next day, John managed to convince Adam and Emily to help clean the house. While tidying up, John came across Linda's diary on a small side table in their bedroom. Curiosity got the better of him, and he opened it to read. Linda's entries took him back to their early years of marriage. She wrote about how deeply in love she had been with John, how she had admired his dedication to their family, and how proud she was of their children. She recalled how, despite their busy lives, John always made time for her. But as the years went by, things changed. John became distant, rarely showing affection, and the children became more and more disrespectful. One entry struck John deeply. "It hurts when I make meals with so much love, and no one even says thank you. But if I make a small mistake, I'm scolded. I can't remember the last time we had tea together, just the 2 of us." John's heart sank. He realized how blind he had been to Linda's silent suffering. One day, Linda had cooked an elaborate dinner for John's friends, even though she had a terrible fever. His friends had praised her cooking, but John hadn't said a word. That memory, which he had forgotten, now filled him with guilt. As John continued reading, he saw how much Linda had endured, how she quietly bore the weight of their household while still holding on to hope that things would improve. In her words, he saw her pain, her longing for appreciation, and the deep love she still had for him and their children. Linda had also written a message for Adam. "My son, when you marry, I hope you treat your wife with love and respect. A house full of wealth is worthless if the woman in it feels unloved and disrespected." Emily, too, read the diary, tears streaming down her face as she remembered how her mother had stayed by her side through countless nights of illness, never leaving her alone. Adam felt the same, recalling how Linda had nursed him after his accident, sacrificing her sleep and comfort for his recovery. John and the children realized how much they had taken Linda for granted. They vowed to change and treat her with the love and respect she deserved. When Linda returned home from the hospital, she was greeted by her children, who rushed to help her. John, too, showered her with the affection he had once shown, and the children began helping with housework. The house, once filled with tension, was now full of warmth and harmony. Linda couldn't understand how everything had changed so suddenly, but she was overjoyed. She didn't know that it was her diary, her silent cries for love, that had finally opened their hearts. Linda's hope for a better future had come true, and her family had finally realized how much she meant to them. There may be a Linda in your home, quietly giving everything for her family without asking for anything in return. Show her love and respect, for she is the heart of your home. Appreciate the women in your life, for when they are happy, the whole family flourishes. I hope this story touched your heart as much as it did mine. If it resonated with you, please stay with us and watch the video till the end. Don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more heartfelt stories. Thank you so much for watching. Our next story is titled, The Pizza That Changed Everything, a Lesson on Generosity. One evening, as Sarah was tidying up the house, she casually mentioned to her husband, Mike, "Hey, don't put out too many clothes for laundry today." Mike, confused, looked up from his phone. "Why?" Sarah explained, "Maria, our cleaning lady, won't be here for the next 2 days. She's going to visit her daughter to meet her new grandchild." Mike nodded and shrugged. "Okay, I'll keep that in mind." Sarah paused for a moment before adding, "Also, I was thinking we should give Maria a $200 bonus for the holidays. It's coming up soon." Mike raised an eyebrow. $200? Why now? We can wait until it's closer to the holidays. Sarah, with a gentle smile, replied, "Mike, everything is so expensive these days. She barely makes enough to get by, let alone celebrate. A little extra from us would mean the world to her." Mike, slightly taken aback, responded, "You're always so generous. But okay, fine. Just know I'll cancel the pizza order we were planning for tonight. Guess our pizza money is going to Maria now." Sarah chuckled. "Stealing pizza from your own mouth to put food on someone else's plate. You'll live." 3 days later, Maria returned to work. As she was mopping the kitchen floor, Mike walked by and casually asked, "So, how were your days off? Did you enjoy the time with your daughter and the new baby?" Maria's face lit up with excitement. "Oh, it was wonderful. And thanks to the $200 bonus Mrs. Sarah gave me, I could bring gifts for my family." Mike, a bit curious, asked, "Really? What did you get with that?" Maria beamed as she started listing everything. "Well, I bought a $60 gift card for my daughter, $40 worth of diapers and wipes for the baby, $30 worth of groceries to cook a nice meal, and I got my son-in-law a $20 shirt from Target. I even had a little left to grab a $15 toy for my grandson." Each item rolled off her tongue effortlessly, as if she had carefully planned every dollar. Mike stood there, speechless. His mind instantly went back to the pizza they had canceled. A large pizza with sides and drinks would have easily cost them about $60, and in comparison, Maria's $200 had brought so much joy and necessities to her family. In his mind, the pizza slices turned into symbols of the things Maria had bought. One slice for the gift card for her daughter, another for the diapers and wipes for the baby, one for the groceries she used to cook a family meal, a slice for the new shirt she bought for her son-in-law, another slice for the toy for her grandson. Mike couldn't help but feel a tug at his heart. What he had seen as a simple pizza splurge was now being compared to Maria's carefully spent $200, which had provided so much for her family. He had never thought about it like this before. As Maria continued working, Mike sat quietly, reflecting on what he had just learned. He had once thought nothing of spending $60 on a pizza night, something that gave only a few hours of enjoyment. But Maria's $200 had created lasting joy and helped fulfill real needs for her family. For the first time, Mike truly understood the value of money in a different way. He saw how the smallest acts of kindness could go a long way for someone else, and how Maria's story gave him a new perspective on what truly matters in life. That evening, As he and Sarah sat down to dinner, Mike quietly said, "You were right about the bonus for Maria. I think we should do more for people like her." Sarah smiled warmly, already knowing that Mike had finally seen things from a new perspective. And from that moment forward, Mike's approach to generosity and life began to change. This story of Mike and Maria serves as a gentle reminder that sometimes, the smallest gestures of kindness can bring the most profound realizations. It shows how what may seem like a small expense to some can mean the world to others, offering a deeper understanding of compassion, priorities, and the true value of giving. I hope this story touched your heart. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more heartwarming stories. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this journey.